Libya, officially the state of Libya, is a country in the Maghreb region in North Africa bordered by the Mediterranean Sea to the north, Egypt to the east, Sudan to the southeast, Chad to the south, Niger to the southwest, Algeria to the west and Tunisia to the northwest. The sovereign state is made of three historical regions, Tripolitania, Fezzan and Cyrenaica, with an area of almost 700,000 square miles. Libya is the fourth largest country in Africa and is the 16th largest country in the world. Libya has the 10th largest proven oil reserves of any country in the world. The largest city and capital, Tripoli, is located in western Libya and contains over 3 million of Libya's 7 million people. Libya has been inhabited by Berbers since the late Bronze Age as descendants from Ibero-Mausian and Capsian cultures. The Phoenicians established trading posts in western Libya and ancient Greek colonists established city-states in eastern Libya. Libya was variously ruled by Carthaginians, Persians, Egyptians and Greeks before becoming a part of the Roman Empire. Libya was an early center of Christianity. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the area of Libya was mostly occupied by the Vandals until the 7th century when invasions brought Islam to the region. In the 16th century, the Spanish Empire and the Knights of St. John occupied Tripoli until Ottoman rule began in 1551. Libya was involved in the Barbary Wars of the 18th and 19th centuries. Ottoman rule continued until the Italo-Turkish War, which resulted in the Italian occupation of Libya and the establishment of two colonies, Italian Tripolitania and Italian Cyrenaica, later unified in the Italian Libya colony from 1934 to 1947. During the Second World War, Libya was an area of warfare in the North African Campaign. The Italian population then went into decline. Libya became independent as a kingdom in 1951. A military coup in 1969 overthrew King Idris I. The bloodless coup leader Muammar Gaddafi ruled the country from 1969 and the Libyan Cultural Revolution in 1973 until he was overthrown and killed in the 2011 Libyan civil war. Two authorities initially claimed to govern Libya: the House of Representatives in Tobruk and the 2014 General National Congress in Tripoli, which considered itself the continuation of the General National Congress, elected in 2012. After UN-led peace talks between the Tobruk and Tripoli governments, a unified interim UN-backed government of national accord was established in 2015 and the GNC disbanded to support it. Since then, a second civil war has broken out, with parts of Libya split between the Tobruk and Tripoli-based governments as well as various tribal and Islamist militias. The two main warring sides signed a permanent ceasefire on the 24th of October 2020. Libya is a member of the United Nations, the Non-Aligned Movement, the Arab League, OIC and OPEC. The country's official religion is Islam, with 96.6% of the Libyan population being Sunni Muslims. The origin of the name, Libya, first appeared in an inscription of Ramesses II, written as RBW in hieroglyphic. The name derives from a generalized identity given to a large confederacy of ancient East Libyan Berbers, African people and tribes who lived around the lush regions of Cyrenaica and Marmarica. An army of 40,000 men and a confederacy of tribes known as Great Chiefs of the Libu were led by King Merie, who fought a war against Pharaoh Merneptah in year 5. This conflict was mentioned in the Great Karnak inscription in the Western Delta during the 5th and 6th years of his reign and resulted in a defeat for Merie. According to the Great Karnak inscription, the military alliance comprised the Mashwesh, the Lukka, and the Sea peoples, known as the Ekwesh, Teresh, Shekalesh, and the Sherdan. The Great Karnak inscription reads, "The third season, saying, the wretched, fallen chief of Libya, Merie, son of Dair, has fallen upon the country of Tainu with his bowmen, Sherdan, Shekalesh, Ekwesh, Lukka, Teresh, taking the best of every warrior and every man of war of his country. He has brought his wife and his children, leaders of the camp, and he has reached the western boundary in the fields of Pera." The modern name of Libya is an Evolution of the Libu, or Libu name, generally encompassing the people of Cyrenaica and Marmarica. The Libu or Libu name likely came to be used in the classical world as an identity for the natives of the North African region. The name was revived in 1934 for Italian Libya from the ancient Greek Liby. It was intended to supplant terms applied to Ottoman Tripolitania, the coastal region of what is today Libya, having been ruled by the Ottoman Empire from 1551 to 1911 as the Iale of Tripolitania. The name, Libya, was brought back into use in 1903 by Italian geographer Federico Minutilli. Libya gained independence in 1951 as the United Libyan Kingdom. The official name was Socialist People's Libyan Arab Jamahir.